So first of all, this isn't going to be a typical video, but I find this topic very interesting, so I thought I would share it. There's a thing called open source intelligence, or OSINT. Wikipedia describes it as collecting data from publicly available sources to be used for intelligence. And with the enormous amount of information available to everyone on the internet, it's something that anyone with an internet connection can do. You can do it right now, and it's a lot of fun. The amount of stuff that you can find and figure out is endless. This is something that the largest intelligence agencies in the world, with budgets of hundreds of millions of dollars, couldn't do just 30 years ago. With high-resolution Google Earth satellite imagery of nearly the entire planet, Google Street View covering many countries, people posting images and updates on Twitter you could read as the event is happening, the possibilities are endless. I like to think of it as a puzzle. You know what the end result is, and you have to take clues and reconstruct it to find out who, what, when, where, and why. So here's an example of something that I found while using OSINT recently for one of my videos. I knew that there were some of the GMD ballistic missile interceptors in Alaska and California. The ones in Alaska are real easy to find, the site is absolutely huge. But I couldn't locate the ones in California. I knew they were at Vandenberg, but that's it. After looking for an hour on Google Earth and checking online sources, I found nothing. Finally, I decided to try to geolocate the site from the press photographs released by the US Department of Defense. In the pictures, you see firstly that the water is off to the left. As the Pacific Ocean is off the west coast of Vandenberg, you know that the photograph was taken facing north. You can see some hills in the background, a road that winds back and forth leading up to it, and several poles around the site. So I took that, and after looking at Google Earth for a few minutes, I was able to locate the exact site based on that information. Now that is a pretty simple example, but there are some pretty amazing examples of OSINT work being done out there. One of the most amazing examples I've ever heard of is this work being done on MH17 that was downed in the Ukraine in 2014. These people found message boards of rebels communicating, talking about how they had shot down a large Ukrainian aircraft, and even posting pictures and videos of the smoke from where it came down. People online were able to locate the exact position based on those videos by using Google Street View, and it was an exact match of where MH17 had come down. The rebels quickly deleted all the videos and said that it wasn't them and it couldn't have been them because they did not have that type of surface-to-air missile system. Sure enough, the people online were able to not only find images from social media of that SAM, but in a combination of those pictures and car dash cam footage, they were able to track everywhere the system traveled before and after the shootdown. It really was incredible the way they did this, and the great thing about it is that the proof they showed can be checked and verified by anyone. The Russian Ministry of Defense tried to deny this, and they released their own image showing a SAM system on a truck with a billboard in the background. They say that the address on the billboard was an address that was located clearly inside the Ukrainian government controlled area. The picture was too blurry to actually read the address, so again people online started to search for the billboard. To make a long story short, they were able to locate the actual billboard through dash cams again and red light cameras. From that, they knew exactly where this picture was taken and also got a clearer image of the billboard and its address. And the address turned out to actually be of a location deep inside rebel-controlled area. The story and the work that these people did is incredible. There's a lot more to the story, like the Russian government releasing photoshopped satellite imagery and other stuff. I'll leave a link in the description to the detailed story, so if you want to read more, you can do it. And again, like I said, all this stuff is open source, meaning anyone can access the information and verify it. You don't have to blindly trust what someone or some government is telling you. And this stuff is a lot of the same intelligence techniques that national intelligence agents use on a daily basis. It wasn't long ago that satellite imagery like this was only available to a few governments. Same with the live reports and video. During the Cold War, the US worked hard to sneak spies into Moscow and record video of the military parades. Now almost everyone has a smartphone and posts everything they do on social media. There are a lot of good tools available for free to assist in open source intelligence. First is Google Earth, probably the best. Satellite imagery of almost the entire planet, also historic satellite images. It has a ruler tool so you can get a better idea of the size. It also has a photos layer to the left, so if you see something interesting you can check and see if there are any published pictures in the area to help you get a better understanding of the region. Also, don't forget to look at other satellite images from other sites, as they often have different images. Bing Maps, for example. The Russian site Yandex sometimes has more recent and high-resolution imagery of Russia and Eastern Europe. Street View is another one. I believe the benefits for this are pretty obvious, but it covers almost all of North America, South America, Europe, Japan, South Korea, most of Russia, Israel, and many more. Wiki Mappy is another one of my favorites. It uses Google Maps imagery and allows users to mark locations and descriptions of them. With over 28 million places marked, the odds are pretty good that what you are looking at or somewhere nearby is already labeled. Google Images is another one. Wikipedia. Wikipedia could be good for basic information like the weapon system sizes and getting GPS coordinates of the area. Also, the references are useful, so make sure you click on them and see if there's any other information available there. If you find and follow the right people on Twitter, you can often get news and video of events happening in real time. Reddit as well for that reason. And there are countless others. One disclaimer though, it is important to remember that this data comes from individuals, so beware of misinformation, bias, and even that some of the information could just be plain wrong. But this stuff could be a lot of fun. You can find some pretty interesting things and possibly learn some secrets that world powers are trying to keep hush-hush. A couple other things that I found was this, which I believe to be a new Russian S-400 site in Syria, and the location of THAAD launchers in South Korea and Guam, among many others. So if anyone else finds this stuff interesting, I started a channel on my Discord server to locate and map every single military site on Earth. Every airbase, army base, naval port, missile defense sites, everything. I plan to make the final file available for everyone on the internet for free. It's a huge task, but we've been breaking it down and doing it one country at a time. So if anyone wants to help out, we would love to have you join.